In this video, we are going to find out the best focused fund in equity mutual fund category in 2023 for investment, and this video is dedicated to all the investors who follow focused investing. Focused funds are basically those funds in which there are not more than 30 stocks in their investment portfolio. And to find out the best focused fund, we are going to analyze the top 5 focused fund based on 4 parameters: risk, returns, ratings and expense ratio. And let's see which focused fund should be there in your investment portfolio in 2023. So without further ado, let's start this video. We will begin this video with return analysis, and in return analysis, firstly we are going to look at historical returns of this top 5 focused fund, and we are going to find out which fund has done consistently well over the past 5 years. And based on the performance of past 5 years historical return, on number 1 we have SDFC Focus 30 Fund, on number 2 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, and on number 4 we have Quant Focus Fund, and on number 5th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. Next, in return analysis, we are going to analyze the annualized return of this top 5 focus fund from year 2017 till year 2022, and let's see which fund has done consistently well throughout these 6 years. And based on the performance of annualized return, on number 1 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 2 we have Quant Focus Fund, on number 3 we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund, on number 4 we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, and on number 5th we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund. Next, in return analysis, we are going to analyze the past 5 years absolute SIP returns of this top 5 focused fund, and the fund which has done consistently well in absolute SIP returns of past 5 years is HDFC Focused Fund. On number 2 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 4 we have Quant Focus Fund, and on number 5th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. After return analysis, we will move to risk analysis, and in risk analysis, firstly we will see standard deviation, which tells us the volatility of the mutual fund, and lower the value of standard deviation is better for the fund. And on parameters of standard deviation, on number 1 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 2 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, on number 4th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund, and on number 5th we have Quant Focus Fund. Next, in risk analysis, we are going to look at beta, and beta tells us that what is the probability that fund is going to continue its performance in future also, and lower the value of beta is better for the fund. And on parameters of beta, on number 1 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 2 we have Quant Focus Fund, on number 3 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 4th we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, and on number 5th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. Next, in risk analysis, we are going to see the Sharpe ratio of this top 5 focused fund, and Sharpe ratio tells us that what amount of returns the fund is generating on the amount of risk it has taken, and higher the value of Sharpe ratio is better for the fund. And on parameters of Sharpe ratio, on number 1 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 2 we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, on number 3 we have Quant Focus Fund, on number 4th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund, and on number 5th we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund. And last, in risk analysis, we are going to look at the alpha of this top 5 focus fund, and alpha tells us that how much excess return the fund has generated over its benchmark, and higher the value of alpha is better for the fund. And on parameters of alpha, on number 1 we have Quant Focus Fund, on number 2 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, on number 4th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund, and on number 5th we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund. With this, we will move to our third parameter, where we will see how different rating agencies such as Value Research, CRISIL and Morningstar had rated these funds. And based on the ratings given by Value Research, CRISIL and Morningstar, on number 1 we have Quant Focus Fund. Value Research has rated 5 star to this fund, CRISIL has rated 4 star, and Morningstar has rated 5 star to this fund. On number 2 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 4th we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund, and on number 5th in ratings we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. And next, we will see expense ratio of this top 5 focus fund, and lower the value of expense ratio is better for the investors. And here in expense ratio, we have considered the expense ratios of direct plan of this top 5 focus fund, and on number 1 we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund with least expense ratio, on number 2 we have Quant Focus Fund, on number 3 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 4 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, and on number 5th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. And finally, by combining the results of all these 4 parameters together, the final ranking of this top 5 focus fund will be like this. The best focus fund in focus fund category in 2023 is HDFC Focus 30 Fund. On number 2 we have IIFL Focus Equity Fund, on number 3 we have ICICI Prudential Focus Equity Fund, on number 4th we have Quant Focus Fund, and on number 5th we have Nippon India Focus Equity Fund. In focus fund category, SBI Focus Fund is also a great performer, but I have excluded this fund because of two reasons. First reason is the AUM of SBI Focus Fund is too high, so maybe in future it may happen that it may stop lump sum investment in this fund. And the second reason is in past 1 year the SBI Focus Fund has not performed so well. So finally we have HDFC Focus 30 Fund as the best focus fund in 2023 which you may consider investing in. And if you want to invest in HDFC Focus 30 Fund, I will suggest that you must invest in the direct plan of this fund and save on commissions. To invest in the direct plan of HDFC Focus 30 Fund, you need to log in Angel One app, and the dashboard of Angel One app looks like this. And here you need to click on this mutual fund icon, and on the next page on the top right hand side corner a search bar is there. You need to click on that particular search bar, and here you need to type the fund name and click on the direct plan growth of this fund. And on the next page you can find all the information related to HDFC Focus 30 Fund on your mobile screen. And after that, for investing in this particular mutual fund, you just need to click on this invest button, and then on the next screen you need to enter the SIP or lump sum amount in this mutual fund. And here we are going to start a SIP in this mutual fund, and for that you need to click on the start SIP button. And after that, the bank account which is linked to your Demat account, you can pay via internet banking, UPI or Google Pay. And if you are going to select UPI, you need to enter the UPI ID and click on the proceed button. And the moment you click on the proceed button, your SIP will start in this mutual fund.